We need to teach our children about the temptation to simply compare ourselves to others and how pride can be behind or be fed by what we post, especially through tools like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Technology is not helping us to be humble in that capacity. Is it teaching us to be good stewards? We have been warned to multiply our talents and avoid dissipation. Dissipation being the process in which energy is used and lost without accomplishing any useful work. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most of every opportunity because of the days are evil. What is the opportunity of misusing technology costing us? It's costing us a generation. Because that generation is going to create another generation that's going to be even more lost than this generation. You have a question? Yes.
You said you have 45 versions for the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
You said why?
Why?
Technology. It's just on the app that I have. Yes.
I've heard different people on different subjects
Mm-hmm.
use the commentary from different versions of the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets twisted
Yes.
as to the very meaning of what the scriptures are saying.
Yes.
So in that way, it can be hurtful. You stick with one or two,
Mm-hmm.
you won't get so spread out and get all of those crossed up.
No, I actually agree with that. I once went to a class that Brother Walker taught about the different versions of the Bible. And before I went to his class, I used to use the NIV all the time until he taught me that the NIV is not a version of the Bible that we should be using. I completely agree with that. Yeah, I completely agree with that. But that's again, but when I was stating that, not that we should be using 45 different versions of the Bible, I'm saying the technology that has been created allows you to have a Bible on your device. But most of these children don't have a Bible on their device. They may Google it and look up a Bible verse, but they don't have a Bible that they actually can read. They don't have a King James version or anything on their phones. And I know this. I did a survey in the classroom. I know I ain't got that much time. I did a survey in my teens classroom. I had 10 teens in there, and one teen had the Bible on his phone. One. Any questions before I get down? I had some more, but I'll take any questions anybody has. If not, let me see. Let me read this. In 2020, TikTok surpassed YouTube, becoming the most frequently used app by teens and preteens in the United States. TikTok daily average is 105 minutes. The percentage of children who use it is 32% in the country. YouTube, on average daily use, 102.6 minutes. Percentage of children who use it, 69.7% in the country. YouTube Kids, average daily use, 85.8 minutes. Percentage of children who use it, 6.9%. I don't even know what Roblox is. The average daily use of it is 90 minutes, and the percentage of children that use it is 24%. You have Netflix, which I'm guilty of myself. Average daily use, 80.6%. The percent of children who use it, 27.4%. Hulu, average daily use, 71%. Of the children who use it in the United States, 9.2%. Is it helping us to be real? The gospel is not a game. Jesus' love did not cost him his virtual life. It cost him his real life. He was real in flesh and blood. He contended with Satan. He showed real courage. He felt real pain. He was nailed to a real cross. He experienced a real bodily resurrection. Jesus was real. He was not virtual. Online fantasy literature and games can inspire the hope of heaven and motivation to accomplish things, online fantasy. But the real things that make the love of Jesus worthwhile are the things that we need to be instilling into our children. So if these sources can indeed play the deceiver, making one feel the real sense of courage and accomplishment or real romantic connection, but when you accomplish nothing in the real world or the physical world, then they are false. That's what the online fantasies do for our children. Jesus calls us to love real families and calls for real church members to love one another. And it also calls us to renounce real sin and to deal with real difficulties in life. We have to modulate the technology that our children are using so they won't be caught up so much in the fantasy life and be caught up in the realness and the love of Jesus that has inspired all of us in the generations prior. We can't lose this generation to technology. Yeah, I'm sorry. You have a question?
Just a comment.
Okay.
All of what you said, that is great. But the other danger associated with this is that on average, parents are only spending 2 hours a day with their children. And the majority of that 2 hours is feeding and caring. There's really no nurturing going on. So if you have a child that's spending 7+ hours on a screen, whatever that may be, parents too tired to monitor what's going on, they're only spending 2 hours. That's a recipe for disaster.
All day long, without the technology. Yes, sir.
At one of the other lectures they had, similar to this, one of the things, there are some apps that you can use, parents can use to monitor what their children are doing. And I think we have to blame ourselves as parents for that because we are so busy. We don't take the time to monitor what our children are doing, what they're going on. You can also set the amount of time that application can be allowed so they can do what they do on that phone. We need to take the time and be interested in our children's future to do that.
We do, and I gotta go. I did have some links at the end of my PowerPoint for that express purpose right there, because a lot of time parents don't know where to look to get those blocks and those monitors. And there's a lot of apps that you can put it on your child's phone, they don't even know. And you can see everything that they're doing. And we need to see. You're not invading their privacy. Like my mom will tell you, how much privacy can you have when you pay no bills? You don't have that kind of privacy. And sometimes you gotta see what these children are doing because pornography is on these phones. It's readily available. And if there's nothing to block it, they looking right at it. And along with all the other stuff that they're looking at. But my time is up. Thank you again, and God bless you.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a 5-minute break, let you guys stretch, and we're going to get Sean set up for his presentation, and then we'll go ahead and move forward. All right, so consider yourselves quickly for a brief moment dismissed. 5-minute break.
And anybody that wants the availability of his PowerPoint, just let me know and I can email it to you. Okay.